Time then for the first substitution of the game. Adriano, Del Piero, and it's Veron. He's going for goal! And a terrific save from the keeper.
That'll earn him a few high fives. Probably feels he could have been better protected, though.
Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. He gets big, and one more try. Goal, Milan! And they're back in front. Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Donatoni, Zanetti crosses.
That's good defensive concentration.
He's had it take charge, surely! And that's caused a worry or two.
Yeah, that's a decent try when you consider the range.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 14.
Couple of changes then in quick succession. Ribery getting the call here in what can be interpreted as a clear show of intent.
Yeah, I think it's time for some brave decision-making. They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
It's bounced back off the post. And that has been clubbed away. De Ketelada. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And here's Del Piero. Ribery. Looking for a run-up. He's in a good position here. Tries a shot! In for the pieces! Yes! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Yeah, his instinct told him that the keeper would struggle to cope with that.
Has a shot! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Adriano. Now this could be... And the shot! Oh, it's in! And that may just do it! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Milan are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Milan take the lead. Now it's just a question of holding on.
Well, look, Peter, I feel I've got to stress that there's still time for another, so we can't be too presumptuous yet.
Cross goes in there. Oh, it's a clear foul, and the referee's got a decision to make. The referee's decided that he was fouled outside the box, and it is just a free kick. Veron did incur the wrath of the referee and has earned himself a booking in the process. The final whistle is imminent, but I do think he'll allow time for this free kick.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. And it's De Roon. Back into the middle. And here's Del Piero. Maldini getting this one clear. Cannavaro. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Well, this was a game they could so easily have won on another day, but alas, that wasn't to be, and they go down by the odd goal. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Look, Peter, a strength in any team has to be at the heart of your defence, and I'm afraid they were found wanting in that department.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all.